So today guys, we'll be looking at the Los Angeles Lakers and the entire franchise and see how they've changed over the years and what they've been through, their ups, the downs. It's basically all ups if we're being honest, but yeah, we're going to go through that. And before this documentary starts, just want to let you know, this is a big project I've been working on for a while now, so hope you enjoy. Like, subscribe, turn notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. The Los Angeles Lakers, founded in 1947 as the Minneapolis Lakers, are one of the most successful and storied franchises in the NBA history. The team relocated to Los Angeles in 1960 and quickly became a powerhouse in the league, led by legendary players such as Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. The Lakers have won a total of 17 championships, tied for the most in league history. The team's iconic purple and gold colours, along with their passionate fanbase, have made them a perennial favourite in the basketball world. From the Showtime era of the 1980s to the three-peat championship in the early 2000s, the Lakers' history is filled with memorable moments and legendary players. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was born Ferdinand Louis Alcindor Jr. on April 16, 1947 in New York, New York. By the time he was 9 years old, Abdul-Jabbar had already grown to 5'8", and by 8th grade he stood at a whopping 6'8" and could dunk a basketball. Alcindor attended Power Memorial Academy in New York City, leading the high school to 3 straight New York City Catholic championships. He was a first-team Parade All-American all 3 seasons, as well as being Mr. Basketball USA in 1964 and 1965. Alcindor went 79-2 during that time, including a 71-game win streak and back-to-back national championships in his 10th and 11th grade seasons, and runner-up as a senior. Alcindor would attend UCLA under famed head coach John Wooden, where he would have arguably the greatest college basketball career in history. In his first game on the varsity team, he scored a school record 56 points, and things continued from there. From 1967 to 1969, the Bruins went 88-2, which included a 47-game winning streak. UCLA won the championship in all 3 seasons, with Alcindor being named Final Four Most Outstanding Player each time. He was also a consensus first-team All-American all 3 years. Alcindor was also named AP 1967, 1969, USBWA 1967, 1968, and Sporting News 1967, 1969 National Player of the Year 2 times each, while also winning the inaugural Naismith College Player of the Year award in 1969. Alcindor was selected with the number 1 overall pick in 1969 NBA draft by the Milwaukee Bucks, as well as the ABA draft by the New York Nets. Alcindor told both teams he would only accept 1 offer from each, and chose the Bucks after the Nets' bid was too low. He spent the first 6 seasons of his career in Milwaukee, immediately establishing himself as one of the best players in the NBA. He averaged 30.4 points, 15.3 rebounds and 4.3 assists during that time. Racking up a number of accomplishments during his time in Milwaukee, he was a 3-time regular season MVP as well as a 4-time first-team All-NBA selection. He was also a 6-time All-Star, 2 times All-Defensive First-Team selection, 2-time scoring champion, 1970 Rookie of the Year and 1975 blocks leader. The Bucks improved from 27 to 56 wins in his first season, and in 1971 they would acquire Oscar Robertson. The duo of Alcindor and Robertson led the Bucks to then record 66 wins and the 1971 NBA championship, sweeping the Baltimore Bullets in the finals. Alcindor was named NBA Finals MVP after averaging 27 points and 18.5 rebounds in the series.
2-1, he hits it. It's over! It's over! The Milwaukee Bucks are champions of the world! The Milwaukee Bucks are the world champions!
In 1975, the Los Angeles Lakers would acquire Abdul-Jabbar and Walt Wesley in exchange for Elmore Smith, Brian Winters, Junior Bridgman and Dave Myers. Abdul-Jabbar had requested a trade the season prior, wanting to play in a city that fit his cultural needs. Abdul-Jabbar was exactly what the Lakers needed after the retirements of Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West in recent seasons. His first season in Los Angeles was another dominant one as he would win his 4th MVP award after leading the NBA rebounds, blocks and minutes. He averaged a whopping 27.7 points, 16.9 rebounds, 5 assists and 4.1 blocks, and his 1,101 defensive rebounds remained a single season record. However, the trade was not enough to get the Lakers back to the playoffs as they finished 40-42. In 1977, Abdul-Jabbar won his 5th MVP, averaging a whopping 26.2 points, 13.3 rebounds, 3.9 assists and 3.2 blocks. He was named to his 6th All-NBA first team and returned the Lakers to the playoffs after 2 straight seasons of missing out. Abdul-Jabbar was dominant in the playoffs, averaging 34.6 points, 17.7 rebounds, 4.1 assists and 3.7 blocks, but the Lakers were swept in the Western Conference Finals by the eventual champions Portland Trail Blazers. In 1978, Abdul-Jabbar's numbers began to drop slightly. He was down to 25.8 points, 12.9 rebounds and 3 blocks per game. Though he still made All-NBA second team, the Lakers, however, were eliminated by the Seattle Supersonics in the first round of the playoffs. With teammates Norm Nixon, Adrian Dantley and Jamal Wilkes all improving and growing more comfortable in their roles, the Lakers were a better overall team, but Abdul-Jabbar's scoring numbers dropped again. He averaged just 23.8 points but remained an excellent overall player with 12.8 rebounds and a career-high 5.4 assists and 4 blocks. The Lakers returned to the playoffs but fell again to the Supersonics, this time in the second round. Things would change forever as the Lakers went on to select point guard Magic Johnson in the 1979 draft, forever changing the fortunes of Abdul-Jabbar and the entire franchise. Abdul-Jabbar would post averages of 24.8 points, 10.8 rebounds and 4.5 assists and a league-high 3.4 blocks. He was named NBA MVP for the 6th time in his career, whilst also being named All-NBA First Team for the 7th time, and All-Defensive First Team for the 4th time. The Lakers would win 60 games and return to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1973. They faced Philadelphia 76ers in the 1980 NBA Finals, and Abdul-Jabbar was unstoppable. He averaged a whopping 33.4 points, 13.6 rebounds and 4.6 blocks per game, carrying the Lakers in the first 5 games. In that Game 5, with the series tied 2 apiece, Abdul-Jabbar severely sprained his ankle in the 3rd quarter. After going to the locker room, he would eventually limp back out to the court, scoring 14 points in the 4th quarter, including a go-ahead dunk with 33 seconds remaining. He finished the game with 40 points, 15 rebounds and 4 blocks in the Lakers' 108-103 win. Because of the injury, Abdul-Jabbar sat Game 6 and Johnson would famously lead the team to victory, bringing the Lakers their 2nd championship. In 1981, Abdul-Jabbar continued to play at a consistent high level with averages of 26.2 points, 10.3 rebounds and 2.9 blocks. He was named to his 8th All-NBA First Team and his 5th All-Defensive First Team, but the Lakers were upset by the Houston Rockets in the first round of the playoffs. By 1982, Abdul-Jabbar was no longer the dominant force he once was, but remained consistently good thanks to his skill level and overall fitness. He averaged 23.9 points and 8.7 rebounds, but with Johnson and Wilkes coming into their own, the Lakers remained a top team and returned to the NBA Finals. The Lakers would defeat the 76ers in 6 games, giving Kareem his 3rd NBA title despite beginning to slow down. The Lakers continued to run their offense through Abdul-Jabbar as he led them in scoring at 21.8 points per game, though his rebounds dipped to just 7.8. Regardless, the Lakers had a very good deep team with Magic, Wilkes, Nixon, Bob McAdoo and rookie James Worthy. On March 5, 1984, Abdul-Jabbar surpassed fellow Lakers legend Wilt Chamberlain to become the NBA's all-time leading scorer, doing so with his signature skyhook. The Lakers would win 54 games and blow through the Western Conference, setting up a finals rematch with the 76ers. This time, however, the Sixers were on a mission and swept the Lakers. Abdul-Jabbar averaged 23.5 points and 7.5 rebounds, but that was not enough and they were outplayed by Finals MVP Moses Malone. The 1984 season was more of the same as Abdul-Jabbar led a deep Lakers team in scoring at 21.5 points per game. He was selected to All-NBA First Team for the 9th time and made his final All-Defensive Team appearance as well. Being named to the 2nd team, as the Lakers returned to the NBA Finals for a third straight year. Even though Kareem put up outstanding numbers in the finals, they would eventually lose to their main rivals, the Boston Celtics. After 2 consecutive NBA Final losses, the 1985 Lakers were on a mission. Head coach Pat Riley completely put the team in the hands of Magic Johnson, fully embracing the fast break Showtime style, but Abdul-Jabbar remained the centrepiece of the half-court offense. He led the Lakers with 22 points, 8 rebounds and 2.1 blocks, and the team won 62 games on their way to their 4th straight NBA Finals appearance and a rematch against their fierce rivals, the Boston Celtics. The Lakers were blown out 148-114 in Game 1, in what is known as the Memorial Day Massacre. Following a 12-point performance, many wondered if Abdul-Jabbar was too old and should consider retiring, but he would shut them talks down. The savvy veteran dominated the rest of the way, including a 30-point, 17 rebound and 8 assist performance in Game 2. That was followed by 26 points, 14 rebounds and 7 assists in Game 3, and 36 points in Game 5. The Lakers defeated the Celtics in 6 games as Abdul-Jabbar was named NBA Finals MVP for the 2nd time in his career. He became the oldest player in NBA history to win the Finals MVP, and the 14-year age gap between his 2 trophies is the longest ever in NBA history. In 1986, Abdul-Jabbar would actually increase his scoring to 23.4 points per game, but his rebounds dropped just to 6.1 rebounds per game. He did still add 3.5 assists and 1.6 blocks and was named to his 10th and final All-NBA first team. The Lakers won 62 games again, but were shocked in the Western Conference Finals by the Houston Rockets. By 1987, Kareem was no longer the centrepiece of the offense, averaging just 17.5 points per game, 3rd on the Lakers, though he still played a vital role, especially in the half-court and with his rim protection. The Lakers continued to dominate, winning 62 games again and returned to the NBA Finals for one last showdown with their fierce rivals, the Boston Celtics. This series is most famous for Johnson's baby skyhook in Game 4, but Abdul-Jabbar again stepped up his game on the biggest stage of them all, and the Lakers would defeat the Celtics in 6 games. Kareem averaged a whopping 21.7 points, 7.3 rebounds and 2.5 blocks to help him bring home his 5th NBA championship. In 1988, Kareem played less than 30 minutes per game for the first time in his career. He averaged just 14.6 points, but the Lakers still relied on him in numerous times throughout the NBA season, including the NBA Finals. With the Lakers trailing 3-2 in the series to the Detroit Pistons and down late in Game 6, LA turned to Abdul-Jabbar, who was fouled with under 30 seconds remaining. He knocked down a pair of free throws to give the Lakers a 1-point win and extend the series to 7 games, in which they would win, giving Kareem his 6th and final title. The 1989 season was the last for Abdul-Jabbar, and teams around the league would pay their respects as he got a retirement tour. He averaged just 10.1 points per game and shot under 50% from the field for the first time in his career, but it didn't matter in the bigger picture. The Lakers tried to send Kareem out on top with one last championship, but injuries disseminated them in the playoffs as they were swept in the NBA Finals by the Detroit Pistons. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar retired as arguably the most accomplished basketball player ever. He's a 6-time NBA champion with 2 NBA Finals MVPs and 6 regular season MVPs. He is also a 19-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA First Team selection and 5-time All-Defensive First Team selection. Abdul-Jabbar additionally was a 2-time scoring champion, 4-time blocks leader. He's immortalised with the Lakers with his jersey being hung in the rafters in 1990, with a statue outside the Staples Center being built in 2012.
Irvin Magic Johnson Jr. was born on August 14, 1959 in Lansing, Michigan. Johnson became a basketball fan at a young age, idolising the likes of Bill Russell and Earl Monroe. Johnson would attend Everett High School in Lansing, which was where he got his nickname Magic as a sophomore. Magic would have an excellent high school career. As a senior, he averaged 28.8 points and 16.8 rebounds, whilst leading Everett to a 27-1 record and to state championship. At the time, he was considered the best high school player to ever come out of the state of Michigan, being named to the All-State twice, as well as McDonald's All-American in his senior year. Wanting to remain close to home, Johnson decided to attend Michigan State University in Lansing. Although he only stayed 2 years, he had an immediate and massive impact. As a freshman, he averaged 17 points, 7.9 rebounds and 7.4 assists, and was named to the All-American second team. Magic led the Spartans to a 25-5 record, the Big Ten championship and the berth of the Elite Eight, where he defeated Kentucky. Johnson had another stellar year in his second season, averaging 17.1 points, 7.3 rebounds and 8.4 assists. He was a consensus first-team All-American and led the Spartans to the national championship game against his eventual NBA rival Larry Bird and the Indiana State Sycamores. In what was the most watched college basketball game of all time, Johnson would lead Michigan State to a national championship with a 75-64 win and was named the Final Four Most Outstanding Player. Los Angeles Lakers acquired the New Orleans Jazz first-round pick as compensation for Gail Goodrich signing New Orleans in the summer of 1977. The Jazz finished with the worst record in the NBA, giving the Lakers the top overall pick when they won a coin flip, which they used to take Magic Johnson first overall, pairing him with the legendary center Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was considered by most to be the greatest player in the NBA. Johnson's rookie season was legendary as he immediately stepped in as a starting point guard, giving the Lakers a new dimension. Though he lost out on Rookie of the Year to Larry Bird, Magic still averaged 18 points, 7.7 rebounds, 7.3 assists and 2.4 steals. He was named an All-Star starter and made the All-Rookie team. He got even better in the playoffs, putting his points up to 18.3, his rebounds up to 10.5 and his assists up to 9.4, along with 3.1 steals. The Lakers would advance to the NBA Finals, and thanks to Kareem's gusty performance in Game 5, the Lakers would go up 3-2 in the series, but Abdul-Jabbar had to sit out in Game 6. In what will forever be one of the greatest performances in NBA Finals history, Johnson would jump centre and play all positions on his way to 42 points, 15 rebounds and 7 assist performance as the Lakers would defeat the Sixers to win the NBA championship. Magic would be named NBA's Finals MVP after his legendary night. Johnson's second season was rough though, as he missed 45 games due to a torn cartilage in his knee. He would still average 21.6 points, 8.6 rebounds, 8.6 assists and a league-leading 3.4 steals and return before the playoffs, but the Lakers were upset by the Houston Rockets in the first round of the playoffs. Following the season, the Lakers would sign Magic to a 5-year deal worth $25 million, the largest in NBA history at the time. Things went back to form in 1982 as Magic had his best season yet, nearly averaging a triple-double with 18.6 points, 9.6 rebounds and 9.5 assists. He also led the league in steals for the second straight year and made his first All-NBA team and second team selection. Johnson became just the third player in NBA history with 700 points, rebounds and assists in one season, joining the likes of legendary players Wilt Chamberlain and Oscar Robertson. It was also early in the season in which Johnson got in a dispute with head coach Paul Westhead. Magic would demand to be traded, but the owner Jerry Buss would fire Westhead and replace him with Pat Riley. Magic was blamed for Westhead's firing and was booed across the league, even though Buss had said he had planned to make the move before Magic demands. Despite all the drama, the Lakers would return to the NBA Finals, again facing the Philadelphia 76ers, and again, Magic put forth an outstanding performance. Johnson would win his second straight Finals MVP, averaging 16.2 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 8 assists as the Lakers defeated the Sixers in 6 games. Despite taking just 3 shots in the final game, Magic dominated, dropping a triple-double with 13 points, 13 rebounds, and 13 assists, while also tallying 4 steals and 2 blocks. In 1983, Magic Johnson would be named to his first All-NBA first team, averaging 16.8 points, 8.6 rebounds and a league-leading 10.5 assists. The Lakers would win 58 games and return to the NBA Finals for which was the third time in 4 years, for a meeting with the Sixers again. But with many players hobbled, LA was swept in 4 games. After trading Norm Nixon in the offseason, Johnson took a huge step forward in 1984, no longer having to share the playmaking duties. Magic averaged a career-high 13.1 assists to go along with his 17.6 points and 7.3 rebounds. He was again named to an All-Star and All-NBA first-team selection, while the Lakers returned to their third straight NBA Finals, this time facing Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics. The Lakers would fall in 7-game series. Magic caught a lot of criticism following the series after shooting just 5 of 14 in Game 7, while also committing 7 turnovers, including a crucial one in the final minute that effectively ended the series. By 1985, coach Pat Riley had really turned things around over to Magic, truly embracing the fast-paced style that would define the era of the Lakers known as the Showtime. The Lakers were on a mission in this season, winning 62 games and making their 4th straight NBA Finals appearance for a rematch with the Boston Celtics. The Lakers were blown out in Game 1, a contest known as the Memorial Day Massacre, but the Lakers would recover thanks to Magic and Kareem. Johnson had a special performance in Game 5 with 26 points, 17 assists, whilst notching another triple-double with 14 points, 14 assists and 10 rebounds in Game 6. The Lakers finally beat the Celtics in the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history. Though Kareem's age-defying performance would land him a NBA Finals MVP, Magic averaged 18.3 points and 14 assists in winning his 3rd NBA championship. The 1987 season may have been Magic's best from an individual standpoint. He averaged a career-high 23.9 points to go along with his 12.2 assists, on his way to winning his first regular season MVP award. Magic would again be named to All-NBA First Team and All-Star Team, as the Lakers would win 65 games and just lost 1 game in the playoff match towards the rubber match with Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics. Magic would leave no doubt to who he is as the NBA's best player in the series, as the Lakers would vanquish the Celtics for the 2nd time in 6 games. Game 4 would be arguably the most memorable moment in Magic's career, as he would hit his own skyhook shot in Boston to silence the crowd and give the Lakers the win and a 3-1 series lead. Johnson averaged 26.2 points, 13 assists and 8 rebounds and 2.3 steals, capturing his 3rd NBA Finals MVP and 4th NBA championship. The next season, the Lakers would return to the NBA Finals, surviving 2 7-game series on their way, but this time they would face Isaiah Thomas and the Detroit Pistons. With the Lakers 3-2 down in the series, Magic would help LA survive an amazing 43-point game performance from Thomas as he finished with 22 points and 19 assists to force a Game 7. In that deciding game, James Worthy would have his greatest career performance with a triple-double, but Magic would also add 19 points and 14 assists as the Lakers defeated the Pistons 108-105 for Johnson's 5th and final NBA championship. The 1989 season would be another banner year for Johnson statistically, as he won his 2nd regular season MVP award, averaging 22.5 points, 12.8 assists and 7.9 rebounds. The Lakers would win 57 games and swept through the Western Conference on their way to their 3rd straight NBA Finals, where they faced the Pistons in a rematch from the previous season. Magic would go down with a hamstring injury in Game 2, and the Lakers would be swept by Detroit. With Kareem retiring following the 1989 season, Magic would step up to the plate once again, winning his 2nd consecutive and 3rd career regular season MVP award. After averaging 22.3 points, 11.5 assists, the Lakers won 6 games and seemed to be poised for another NBA Finals trip, but were upset by the Phoenix Suns in the 2nd round. Ahead of the 1991-92 season, Magic would announce that he had contracted HIV and retired from the NBA immediately. The news came as a shock to the entire world, stretching far beyond the basketball world.
The news is so shocking and so unexpected, it is difficult to absorb it even as we report it.
First of all, let me say good after late afternoon. Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers today.
The dazzling career of one of the world's best-known athletes is over.
I just want to make clear, first of all, that I do not have the AIDS disease, because I know a lot of you want to know that, but HIV virus.
Magic Johnson confirmed today that he has the AIDS virus. He becomes a statistic.
I just want to say that I'm going to miss playing, and I will now become a spokesman for the HIV virus, because I want people, young people, to realize that they can practice safe sex. And sometimes you're a little naive about it and you think it could never happen to you.
Despite retiring before the season, Magic was voted to the start in the NBA All-Star game, though there were some reservations at the time at playing with someone with HIV. Johnson was at playing the game, finishing with 25 points and 9 assists to win his 2nd straight All-Star game MVP. At the end of the 1994 season, Johnson took over as head coach of the Lakers, replacing the fired Randy Fund. The stint didn't go too well, as the Lakers just finished 5 wins and 11 losses under Magic, and he chose not to return after the season. On January 26, 1966, Magic Johnson officially returned to the Lakers as a player, which was a miracle at the time and no one saw coming. At 36 years old, Magic would play power forward and immediately had an impact with 19 points, 8 rebounds and 10 assists off the bench in his first game back. He would play 32 games averaging 14.6 points, 5.7 rebounds and 6.9 assists. The Lakers would win 53 games and make the playoffs, but lose to the Houston Rockets in 4 games. Even though Magic had considered returning for another season, he decided to retire permanently after the season. In February of 2017, Magic returned to the Lakers in the executive role, replacing Jim Buss as president of basketball operations. The Lakers would sign LeBron James, with Magic reportedly meeting James at his home at the start of free agency. Johnson's tenure was short-lived, however, as he abruptly resigned ahead of the Lakers' final game of the 2019 season. To this day, Johnson is considered by most to be the greatest point guard in the history of the NBA. His 10,141 assists were an NBA record at the time, and he still sits 5th on the all-time list. While also holding the record for career average assists at 11.2, Magic also holds the record for assists in a playoff game at 24, a finals game at 22, and a career playoff assist of 2,346, whilst ranked second all-time with 138 career triple-doubles. Many consider Magic Johnson as not only the greatest Los Angeles Lakers player ever, but arguably the greatest NBA player ever. The Lakers honoured Magic by raising his number 32 jersey in the rafters of February 16, 1992. He was also honoured with a bronze statue outside of the Staples Center on February 11, 2004. As NBA fans, we are lucky to still have Magic Johnson alive and well and healthy, even though at the time the HIV medicine wasn't as strong and was a high risk of death, but somehow Magic pulled through, and this is why he will always be considered a legend of basketball, but just a legend in the world as a whole. Kobe Bryant was born on August 23, 1978 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. When Bryant was 6 years old, his father Joe retired from the NBA and moved his family to Italy, where he would continue his basketball career overseas. Bryant played both basketball and soccer whilst in Italy, becoming huge fans of the Los Angeles Lakers, as well as the soccer team AC Milan. When Bryant was 13, him and his family moved back to Philadelphia, as his dad has finished his basketball career overseas. Now back in Philadelphia, Bryant attended Lower Merion High School, starting on the varsity team as a freshman. In Bryant's junior season, he was named the Philadelphia Player of the Year and the 4th team All-American. In Bryant's senior season, he was named both Gatorade and Naismith High School Basketball Player of the Year, as well as being at McDonald's All-American, which is an accolade only the greats achieve. During his time at Lower Merion High School, he led them to their first state championship in 53 years and was named Southeastern Pennsylvania's all-time leading scorer. This was the start of the realisation of how good Kobe could be at the NBA level and why he would receive some scholarships. Despite scholarship offers from nearly every major college, Bryant decided to enter the 1996 NBA Draft.
With the 13th pick in the 1996 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant from Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania.
Despite being drafted 13th overall by the Charlotte Hornets, he was immediately dealt to the Los Angeles Lakers for their starting centre, Vlad Divac. Then GM Jerry West had become enamored with Bryant following a workout which he dominated former NBA players Michael Cooper and Larry Drew in scrimmages. The move to trade their centre for Kobe on draft night meant the Lakers had a lot of cap room free, which meant they would bring in the man known as Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal.
I believe Shintz has kept it alive again, did he?
Yep, he did. Almost put it in, too. Here's Bowie. Shaquille, whoa!
Kobe spent his first 2 seasons mostly as a reserve behind Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel. He saw very limited minutes early on, but did become the youngest player to play in an NBA game when he made his debut playing 6 scoreless minutes against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Bryant would score his first NBA point, a free throw, in the team's next game against the New York Knicks. As the season went on, Bryant gradually began to earn more minutes and became the youngest player to start in an NBA game in a January 28th victory over the Dallas Mavericks. During All-Star Weekend, Bryant would win the 1997 Slam Dunk Championship, and his performance throughout the season earned a spot on All-Rookie second-team selection. In the same season, the Lakers would make the second round of the playoffs, falling to the Utah Jazz in a 4-1 series. In that same series, in the deciding 5th game, Bryant found himself on the floor down the stretch and in overtime, but airballed multiple shots as the Jazz would clinch the elimination. In Bryant's second season, he would remain as a reserve, but his minutes had increased, and as a result of that, his scoring had more than doubled. He would earn his first All-Star selection along with his teammates O'Neal, Jones and Van Exel, and finished second in 6th Man of the Year voting behind Tony Kukoc of the Chicago Bulls. In Bryant's 3rd season, the Lakers would decide to trade away Jones and Van Exel, making Bryant the full-time starter in his 3rd season. He also signed a 6-year deal worth up to $70 million with the Lakers during this season, and was named to the All-NBA 3rd team. To do this in his 3rd season is stuff only legends do. Ahead of the 1999-2000 season, the Lakers decided to hire a new head coach, this being the ex-coach of the Chicago Bulls who had just won 6 championships with them, Phil Jackson, and his presence immediately paid dividends as he structured the famed triangle offense around Kobe and Shaq. This season for the Lakers would be successful as they would win 67 games as Shaquille O'Neal, also known as Big Diesel, would win the NBA MVP. However, Kobe also grew immensely as he was named on the All-Defensive first team, whilst also making the All-NBA second team. During that season, he was also named to his second All-Star team, beginning a streak of 17 straight selections. On March 12, 2000, Kobe notched his first career 40-point game in a 109-106 win over the Sacramento Kings. Now it was time for the playoffs, and Kobe's growth was even more evident in this. In Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals against the Portland Trail Blazers, Kobe led the Lakers with 25 points, 11 rebounds and 7 assists, along with 4 blocks, as the Lakers came back from a 15-point fourth quarter deficit to advance to the NBA Finals. In that Game 7, Kobe punctuated that game by throwing an amazing alley-oop to Shaquille O'Neal. Bryant also came up huge in the finals, particularly in Game 4, where he scored 22 points in the second half and led the Lakers to a huge win from 120 points for the Lakers to 118 road win in overtime after Shaquille O'Neal fouled out. The Lakers would go on to win the series in 6 games, winning their first NBA championship since 1988, also being the first of Kobe and Shaq's duo. The 2000-2001 season saw more growth from Bryant as he raised his scoring to 28.5 points per game, showing he was one of the best in the league. He dropped his first 50-point game on December 6, 2000, and Kobe was named All-NBA second team once again. The Lakers would go on arguably the most dominant playoff run ever, going 15-1 in the route to win their second straight NBA championship. In 2002, Bryant garnered his first All-NBA first team selection, as well as his first All-Star Game MVP award. Bryant's all-around play continued, and he set a new career high with 56 points on January 12th against the Memphis Grizzlies. Kobe was now really starting to show why he is the legend we know him as today. despite their toughest playoff series to date. In the Western Conference Finals against the Sacramento Kings, the Lakers would push through, beating the Kings in a Game 7 on the road before sweeping the New Jersey Nets for the third straight championship. The 2003 and 2004 season saw a new challenge for Kobe in the new young superstar from Ohio, LeBron James. However, this made Kobe's individual play grow to even greater heights, but the Lakers' team success flattered as their friction between himself and Shaq grew. Kobe averaged 30 points per game for the first time this season, leading the Lakers and finishing third in NBA MVP voting. This season was amazing for Kobe, as he also went on a streak of 9 straight 40-point games in February of that year, but LA fell to the San Antonio Spurs in 6 games in the second round of the playoffs. For this upcoming season, the Lakers added future Hall of Famer Gary Payton, but the issues between Kobe and Shaq grew even greater. The Lakers returned to the finals, but were dominated by the Detroit Pistons in 5 games, as Kobe struggled mightily against the stout Pistons defense, and this was the downfall of the Lakers. As a free agent that summer, Bryant strongly considered signing with the Los Angeles Clippers, the rivals of the Lakers, but would ultimately re-sign with the Lakers on a 7-year max contract just one day after the team dealt away Shaquille O'Neal to the Miami Heat. The duo had been split. To make things even worse for the Lakers, head coach Phil Jackson also left that off-season, with the Lakers choosing not to renew his contract, which was probably one of the worst decisions the Lakers would make. This is because during the 2005 season marked the first time in Kobe's career that he would fail to make the playoffs. Was this because of Shaq leaving, or was it because of Phil Jackson, one of the greatest, probably the greatest head coach, leaving? On the positive side, he was still named All-NBA third team, but failed to make the All-Defensive team, as the Lakers finished just 34 and 48. The next season, the Lakers would somehow figure out how to get Phil Jackson back as the head coach, as in 2006, Kobe would have the best individual season, staking his claim as the best player in the league. Bryant averaged 35.4 points per game, becoming just the 4th player in history to reach that mark and the first since Michael Jordan in 1987. Also in that same season, he famously scored 62 points in only 3 quarters against the Dallas Mavericks on December 20th, 2005, single-handedly outscoring Dallas 62-61 during that stretch before sitting out for the final period. Just over a month later, Bryant would score 81 points against the Toronto Raptors in a 122-104 victory, the second highest scoring game in NBA history. This was also the Lakers' franchise record, breaking Elgin Baylor's 71-point night in 1960. But Kobe wasn't done. He would also set the Lakers' single-season franchise records for total points by scoring 2,832 and 40 points games, by scoring 27 in a whole season. Only one season getting 27 40-point games is wild at them times. Kobe was also named to his first of 8 straight All-NBA first teams and 6 straight All-Defensive first teams. With all these achievements during the season, you would think Kobe has won MVP. However, Kobe would finish 4th in NBA MVP voting this season, but had the second most first place votes behind only eventual winner Steve Nash. Then, in 2007, Bryant changed his number to 24 before a season in which he again led the NBA in scoring. This included a streak of 4 50-point games, 2 of which were 60-point contests, and 10 50-point outings in the season, but the Lakers again will fall to the Suns in the first round of playoffs, as they did the same the previous season. The following off-season, Bryant publicly demanded a trade. Portland backed off his demand, Boosted by an in-season trade for All-Star big man Pau Gasol, Kobe led the Lakers to a 57-25 record on his first and only NBA MVP award after averaging 28.3 points, 6.3 rebounds, 5.4 assists and 1.8 steals per game that season. The Lakers would march through the Western Conference playoffs, setting up an NBA Finals meeting with the Boston Celtics, which they lost in 6 games. That summer, Kobe starred on the USA men's national team. In a gold medal game against Spain, Bryant scored 13 of his 20 points in the fourth quarter to help USA pull away from a 118-107 victory, the country's first gold medal since 2000. Motivated by their failures in the previous season, the Lakers went on a tear in 2009, finishing with a record of 65-17, one of the best records we have seen in the NBA to date. Kobe finished second in MVP voting to young superstar LeBron James, but the Lakers again blew through the Western Conference for the second straight NBA Finals appearance. This time facing the Orlando Magic, the Lakers defeated them 4-1, with Kobe winning his 4th NBA championship and first MVP for the finals after averaging 32.4 points, 7.4 assists and 5.6 rebounds per game during the finals. On February 1st, 2010, Kobe surpassed Jerry West to become the Lakers' all-time leading scorer. Kobe would also sign a 3-year deal worth $87 million. The Lakers would have struggled during the playoffs with Oklahoma City Thunder and the Phoenix Suns, but ultimately advanced to the 3rd straight NBA Finals, where they would have a rematch against the Boston Celtics. The teams would engage in a back-and-forth 7-game series, with the Lakers ultimately prevailing. Though Bryant struggled mightily against the Celtics defense, he still finished with 23 points and 15 rebounds in the final game, winning his 5th championship and 2nd straight NBA Finals MVP. Bryant would continue to push for his 6th championship in the following years. Kobe won his 4th All-Star Game MVP and climbed up to 6th of the NBA's all-time scoring list in 2011, but the Lakers were swept by eventual NBA champions Dallas Mavericks in the 2nd round of the playoffs. This season also marked Bryant's final appearance on the All-NBA First Team. Following the season, Phil Jackson would leave the Los Angeles Lakers and he would not be the head coach anymore. The following season, Kobe continued his streak of at least having 4 40-point games. He also became the All-Star Game's leading scorer, but the Lakers would once again fall in the 2nd round of the playoffs, this time in 6 games to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The playoff success and winning championships wasn't looking good. Kobe played for the men's national team for the 3rd time during the summer. Even though he wasn't the best player anymore, he was still the best perimeter defender, which helped Team USA to another gold medal. The Lakers would acquire All-Stars Dwight Howard and Steve Nash in the off-season in an attempt to get Bryant one last championship, but the team never gelled as expected, with Mark D'Antoni took over as the head coach in the middle of the season. Nash missed 32 games due to injury, while Kobe and Dwight struggled to get along as the Lakers underachieved. In an attempt to push the Lakers to the playoffs, Bryant took a major load, scoring at least 30 points in his 6 of the next 10 games. Unfortunately, in the last of those contests, Bryant crumbled to the floor during a drive, rupturing his Achilles tendon. Despite this, following a timeout, Bryant would slowly limp on the court and make 2 free throws before leaving the floor to a rousing ovation. Kobe missed the first 19 games of the NBA season the following season, and on his return, he scored just 9 points to a 12-point loss to the Toronto Raptors. However, in just 6 games back, Kobe suffered a lateral tibial fracture in his left knee, ultimately being ruled out for the remainder of the season. 2015 did not go much better for Bryant, as he only played 35 games. On December 14, 2014, Kobe surpassed Michael Jordan for a 3rd on the All-NBA's scoring list with a free throw in the 100-94 win over the Timberwolves. Kobe suffered a torn rotator cuff in his right shoulder in a January game against the New Orleans Pelicans. Once again, showing his toughness, Bryant would return to the game, playing almost exclusively left-handed, before being pulled out and eventually undergoing season-ending surgery. On November 29, 2015, Bryant announced that the current season would be his last, penning a poem in the Players' Tribune entitled Dear Basketball. If you haven't heard Dear Basketball before, I will try and put it at the end of the video, or if not, it's in the top line of the description if you wouldn't mind checking it out. It's an awesome poem, awesome tribute for Kobe's career, and yeah, go watch it. Even though Kobe requested that no road teams had any on-court ceremonies for him, teams would honour Bryant with a video package, and opposing fans showered him with raucous standing ovations. Bryant played in his final All-Star game, finishing with 10 points, 7 assists and 6 rebounds in that game. In the final game of his career on April 13th, 2015, Kobe Bean Bryant would put forth an incredible 60-point performance in a 101-96 win over the Utah Jazz. Bryant scored 23 points in the fourth quarter of the game and became the oldest player in NBA history to score 60 points in an NBA game. After the game, Kobe couldn't contain his emotion, making an amazing speech to leave the Laker Nation on a good note and make everybody remember the legend of Kobe Bryant. After a long 20-year career spent entirely with the Lakers, Kobe Bean Bryant retired as the franchise career leader in points, games, minutes and steals, as well as total field goals, three-pointers and free throws made. On December 18th, 2017, the Los Angeles Lakers retired both Kobe's number 8 and number 24 jerseys in a ceremony at the Staples Center. However, on January 26, 2020, the world would find out the tragic news that Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna, along with 7 others, were tragically killed in a helicopter crash in the Hollywood Hills. Now, for anyone who has made it this far to the video, this is the end. However, I would just like to thank anybody who has made it this far, because this is for a university project, but this has given me the creative freedom to do what I like and talk about what I want. So this is a very special documentary for me. I saved the best till last, because Kobe Bryant in my eyes is the NBA GOAT. Not just because it's not all down to championships and scoring records. It's all about like the mentality, and Kobe has that Mamba mentality, and it's like really special to me. So when I found out he died, it was 2 days before my birthday, which really upset me. And like Kobe's a legend. Every time I see something about him, it's just a legend. So if you want to go watch Dear Basketball, please do. Like I said, I'm going to try and put in this little tribute after this, but I just want to thank everyone for watching. And yeah, just like Kobe was, he may not be here now, but Mamba left a legacy on the basketball world. And just like Kobe said, Mamba out.
Dear Basketball. From the moment I started rolling my dad's tube socks and shooting imaginary game-winning shots in the Great Western Forum, I knew one thing was real. I fell in love with you. A love so deep, I gave you my all. From my mind and body to my spirit and soul. As a 6-year-old boy, deeply in love with you, I never saw the end of the tunnel. I only saw myself running out of one. And so I ran. I ran up and down every court after every loose ball for you. You asked for my hustle. I gave you my heart. Because it came with so much more. I played through the sweat and the hurt. Not because challenge called me, but because you called me. I did everything for you. Because Because that's what you do when someone makes you feel as alive as you've made me feel. You gave a 6-year-old boy his Laker dream, and I'll always love you for it. But I can't love you obsessively for much longer. This season is all I have left to give. My heart can take the pounding. My mind can handle the grind. But my body knows it's time to say goodbye. And that's okay. I'm ready to let you go. I want you to know now, so we both can savor every moment we have left together. The good and the bad. We have given each other all that we have. And we both know, no matter what I do next, I'll always be that kid with the rolled up socks, garbage can in the corner, 5 seconds on the clock, ball in my hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love you always, Kobe.
I was 3 inches in Sydney Sweeney and LeBron was 3 inches in me, I'm moving backwards. Boom, 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 boom.
Just got 1 million followers on Brimby's account. I might swerve up in that corner. Whoa, whoa. Now, should I let LeBron log in? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Hit the rollie, start with the rollie on. What was our getaway car, Jag portfolio? You hear me? Hey, I heard I had some sneak dissers. Whoever feeling hot, that AR got a heat sensor. Cuz said don't entertain them hungry niggas. I wish I would pay attention to these homeless niggas. Don't call my phone, I don't wanna do no song with niggas. And tell your bitch to tighten up before I bone her, nigga. I don't know you niggas, fuck wrong with niggas. Through these white buffs, I can see the hoe in niggas. Free my nigga Perico, that boy be hoeing niggas. Shoot the smile off your face, I don't joke with niggas.
Blocked by James.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.